Imagine a judge revered for his integrity slamming his gavel to strike down a president's executive order, only to be accused of corruption. Moments later, "You dare lecture me about the law?" Judge Samuel Hargrove roared at Attorney General Pam Bondi. In a Washington, D.C. courtroom in March 2025, what if his fiery defiance was hiding a darker truth? A conspiracy reaching the highest levels of power. With one woman risking everything to uncover it, Bondi didn't flinch. She straightened her posture and replied, "With respect, Your Honor, the law doesn't bend to tenure, it bends to truth." The tension was palpable. Hargrove, a veteran judge with a reputation for constitutional rigor, leaned forward, his silver hair gleaming under the lights. "The truth is, this executive order violates the Fourth Amendment. It's an overreach and I'm striking it down. Case dismissed." With a single slam of his gavel, Hargrove ended the hearing. Trump's order, a surveillance expansion targeting political dissident under the guise of national security, was dead, and Bondi was left to pick up the pieces. But something about the ruling didn't sit right with her. Hargrove's reasoning seemed flimsy, his outburst too theatrical. In the gallery, a young woman named Clara Hargrove, Samuel's daughter, a law student and activist, watched with a troubled expression. She twisted her hands in her lap, her eyes darting between her father and Bondi. The nation saw a judge standing up to executive power, but Bondi saw a man hiding something. Back at the Department of Justice, Bondi called in her investigator, Ethan Moore, a young but brilliant digital forensics expert. "Ethan," she said, her voice sharp with determination, "I want you to dig into Hargrove Financial's communications. Anything that ruling wasn't about the Constitution, I'd bet my career on it." Ethan raised an eyebrow. "You think he's got an agenda?" "I think he's hiding something," Bondi replied, "and we're going to find out what." For days, Ethan worked tirelessly, sifting through records, while Bondi prepared for an appeal. Hargrove's public image was spotless. A judge who'd spent decades upholding the law, but Ethan's persistence paid off. "Got something?" he announced, bursting into Bondi's office with a printout in hand. Hargrove received a wire transfer, $200,000 2 days before the ruling. "It's untraceable. Routed through a shell company in the Caymans." Bondi's eyes narrowed. "An inheritance, maybe he's got family money." "No way," Ethan said, shaking his head. "His parents died broke and his wife's a school teacher. This isn't family money, Pam. This is a payoff." The word hung in the air like a storm cloud. A payoff meant corruption, and corruption meant Hargrove's ruling wasn't about principle. It was about power, but who was behind it? Bondi needed more. She couldn't confront Hargrove with just a bank record. He'd deny it, and she'd look like a sore loser. We needed hard evidence, something that would force the truth into the open. That night, Bondi received a call from a blocked number. A young woman's voice came through, hesitant but resolute. "Miss Bondi, this is Clara Hargrove. We need to talk." Bondi was taken back. Clara, the judge's daughter, reaching out to her. They'd never spoken, but Bondi had seen her in court looking anxious. "What's this about?" Clara, Bondi asked. "Not over the phone." Clara replied, "Meet me at the Rusty Anchor, 9 Kyle Bar up." "Them come alone," Bondi agreed, though she knew it was a risk. At 9 p.m., she met Clara at the Rusty Anchor, a dive bar on the edge of D.C. Clara was already there, her brown hair pulled back, her eyes darting nervously. "I love my father," Clara said, her voice trembling. "But he's not theming. I thought he was. He's been meeting with Senator Victor Kline, I think. Kline's got him on a leash." Bondi leaned forward, her mind racing. Senator Victor Kline was a powerful figure, a vocal critic of Trump and rumored to be planning a presidential run. If he was involved, this wasn't just about Hargrove. It was a political conspiracy. "What kind of leash?" Bondi asked. Clara slid a USB drive across edible photos. She said, "My dad and Kline meeting at a hotel last week. There's more. But I can't get to it without risking him finding out I'm betraying my own father, Miss Bondi. Don't make me regret this." "Why are you telling me this, Clara?" Bondi asked. "Why not go public?" "Because I still want to save him," Clara said, her voice breaking. "If Kline's blackmailing him, maybe you can stop it. But if this goes public, my dad's career is over, so is mine, Bondi. Took the drive, Harasolve hardening. I'll do what I can, she said, but if your father's dirty, I can't promise to protect him. Clara nodded, her hands trembling. I know. Back at her office, Bondi plugged in the USB drive. The photos showed Hargrove and Kline. In a hotel lounge, their expressions tense. A timestamp on the images confirmed. The meeting happened the day before the wire transfer. This wasn't a coincidence. It was a lead Ethan Bondi called, handing him. The drive I need you to find. Cleany, we're going. To catch him in the act, Ethan grinned. Stakeout time, stakeout.